bakery-style cinnamon rolls, soft, fluffy, and easy homemade recipe. Hello everyone, welcome back to Innovon Food Channel. If you've ever dreamed of making soft, fluffy, bakery-style cinnamon rolls right in your own kitchen, then you're in the perfect place today. These rolls are rich, buttery, filled with warm cinnamon sugar, and finished with a smooth cream cheese frosting that melts beautifully over the top. They smell amazing while baking, taste even better fresh from the oven, and honestly, they make any morning feel extra special. The best part is that even though they look like something from a fancy bakery, they are actually very easy to make at home. You just need a few simple ingredients, a little patience for the dough to rise, and a love for sweet homemade treats. So, let's get started. First, we're going to make the dough. In a large mixing bowl, add the flour, sugar, yeast, and salt. Mix the dry ingredients together so everything is evenly combined. This helps the yeast and salt distribute properly throughout the dough. Next, pour in the warm milk, add 1 egg, and then add the softened butter. The milk should be warm, not hot, because if it's too hot, it can affect the yeast. Mix everything together until a shaggy dough begins to form. At this stage, the dough may look a little rough, but that's completely normal. Now transfer the dough to a clean work surface and knead it for several minutes until it becomes smooth, soft, and elastic. You can also use a stand mixer with a dough hook if you prefer. Kneading is an important step because it develops the gluten, which gives the cinnamon rolls their light, fluffy texture. The dough should feel soft and slightly tacky, but not overly sticky. Once the dough is ready, lightly grease a bowl with butter or oil, place the dough inside, and cover it with a clean towel or plastic wrap. Let it rise in a warm place until it doubles in size. Depending on the temperature of your kitchen, this usually takes about 1 to 1.5 hours. After the dough has risen, gently punch it down to release the air. Place it on a lightly floured surface and roll it out into a large rectangle using a rolling pin. Try to keep the thickness even so the rolls bake uniformly. The dough doesn't need to be perfect, but a nice even rectangle will help you get beautiful swirls later. Now it's time for the filling, and this is where the magic happens. Spread a generous layer of softened butter all over the surface of the dough. Make sure to cover it from edge to edge, so every bite is rich and flavorful. Then sprinkle brown sugar evenly over the butter. Finally, add a generous layer of cinnamon powder. If you love cinnamon, you can add a little extra for a stronger flavor. This filling is what gives the rolls that classic, sweet, warm, bakery-style taste. Starting from one long edge, carefully roll the dough into a tight log. Try to keep the roll even as you go so the cinnamon swirls stay neat and beautiful. Once the log is formed, use a piece of thread or unflavored dental floss to cut it into equal-sized pieces. This is a great trick because it helps you slice the rolls cleanly without squashing the dough. Arrange the rolls in a greased baking dish, leaving a little space between each one. As they rise and bake, they will expand and fill the pan beautifully. Cover them again and let them rise for a second time until they look puffy and soft. This second rise helps create that tender, bakery-style texture we all love. While the rolls are rising, preheat your oven so it's ready when they are. Once the rolls have puffed up nicely, bake them in the preheated oven for about 20 to 25 minutes, or until they are golden brown on top and cooked through. Your kitchen will smell absolutely incredible at this point, and it will be hard to wait for them to finish. While the cinnamon rolls are baking, let's prepare the frosting. In a bowl, combine butter, cream cheese, and powdered sugar. Beat everything together until smooth, creamy, and silky. If you want a thinner frosting, you can add a tiny splash of milk. If you prefer it thicker, just add a little more powdered sugar. The frosting should be soft enough to spread easily, but still rich and creamy. As soon as the cinnamon rolls come out of the oven, spread the frosting over the warm rolls. This is the moment that makes them truly irresistible. The frosting melts into every swirl, soaking into the soft layers and making each bite sweet, creamy, and delicious. If you like extra frosting, feel free to add a little more on top. And that's it! Your homemade bakery-style cinnamon rolls are ready to enjoy. They're soft, fluffy, buttery, and packed with cinnamon flavor in every bite. These are perfect for breakfast, brunch, dessert, holidays, special occasions, or simply whenever you want to treat yourself to something warm and sweet. Serve them with a cup of coffee, tea, or a glass of milk and enjoy every bite. I hope you enjoyed today's recipe and that you give it a try in your own kitchen. Homemade cinnamon rolls are such a comforting treat, and once you make them from scratch, you'll see just how rewarding it is. If you do try this recipe, let me know how they turned out in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to Innovon Food Channel for more easy, delicious homemade recipes every week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next recipe. Happy baking!